welcome to beautiful Jacksonville, Florida, as we are getting ready for this SFL action here on this Sunday afternoon with the Jacksonville Kings are hosting the Charleston Predators. We're live here in action at the Kings Lair, and we're going to get ready for the coin toss here, looking at beautiful Jacksonville there. See, I'm your broadcaster for today, Damon Seaman, and alongside me is my good buddy and pal, T-Roy Gang. T-Roy, this should be a great matchup here tonight. Jacksonville coming off a tough loss last week to Motor City. Charleston has been fighting as well each and every week to just keep things going to the start of the season. What's your take?
Oh, yeah, as you mentioned before, Jacksonville's coming off a tough loss, a very controversial loss, but we're going to leave it as that. And we're going to move forward because Jacksonville is definitely motivated after what happened last week. They ready to let the SFL know they were one of the top teams in the league this season. While Charleston, as we both saw in week one, had a very impressive win over DC. And they are ready to come back, hopefully, make some noise in here. We'll find out as Jacksonville will get the ball first.
Yeah,
I kind of like their uniforms, though. Damon, that Baltimore Raven purple with the black.
Yeah, I like that. That is pretty sweet. Take a look at this dome. This is gorgeous. Oh, my. Wow. I think this is my first time seeing this stadium here for Jacksonville. There is the kick, and we got action. Here is the return here for Jacksonville right at the goal line. And on the return is David Gears. Offense for Jacksonville, quarterback O.J. Bruin. Backup quarterback Kenny Slider. Halfbacks, we have two of them, Sean Sanders and Shepard Vakarian. Fullback Jay Balmer. Wide receivers are David Gears, Joe Beasley, Kingston Ellington, Connor Weston coming over from Arizona. Tight ends Jim Copeland Jr. and Talon Steele. They have two offensive linemen, Brendan Ryan and Marcella Martin. Jacksonville come out and I-twins. Hand off here to Sanders, and Sanders goes nowhere. 3-yard loss there, T-Roy.
I think that's going to be an important matchup of the day, seeing how well the star offensive lineman of Jacksonville can hold up against this defensive studded group from Charleston. We go over their defensive stars after this play.
Jacksonville now at the 25-yard line, 2nd and 13. Going to go roll out here with Bruin. Bruin got a man right across the middle of the field. That's to his wide receiver, David Gears.
And it's plays like that's going to help extend the drive. Let's go to defensive stars for Charleston. On the D-line, it's Matthews, Robertson, Lawley, and Cherry. The linebackers are Jack Brown, Mo Jontana, Gio McFly, and Khalil Thomas. And the secondary represented by Martin, Harshorn, Menor, Ryan, Blotner, Stamago, and Incognito. Those are your defensive stars for Charleston.
Thanks, buddy. That was a 12-yard pickup there for Jacksonville. Handoff here to the backup running back, Vakarian, and not going to be able to pick up the first down there. Only picks up 2 yards there and just inches short, T-Roy.
Yeah, great job by the D-line of Charleston, pushing the O-line back, allowing Stamago to have easy access to that tackle as Jacksonville will now have to punt.
There is the punt by Liam Price. His return here for Charleston. And 88 is on the return, Rickard Spider. Offense here for the Charleston Predators. We're going to see their offense for the first time tonight. Quarterback John Lakeman. Saw him back in week one. Had a great game. Seren Storm and Nick Hoagland are the halfbacks. Fullback is Tara Sutherland. Wide receiver Hannes Odobi, Davis Reed, Benjamin Warner, Ricky Spider. On the return we just saw. Tight ends, 3 of them. Lion Trees, Romeo June, and Brian Murphy. We'll get to the offensive lineman here just shortly. Here is Lakeman on the rollout to his left. Lakeman dumps it off to, looks like fullback there. That was Sutherland on their reception.
And the rest of the O-line for Charleston is Mononil, Jamarcus the fourth Jr., Leroy and Finley James, and St. Nebuchadnezzar. And they did a great job giving Lakeman time to throw that pass to their fullback Sutherland.
Yeah, that they did. Gave him plenty of time on that rollout there. Here's handoff here to Hoagland, and Hoagland and had a great game back in week 1. As you and I called that game after Storm went out with an injury, and Nick basically just took over the entire game versus DC. 3rd and 4 here for Charleston at their own 31-yard line. Sutherland steps back. I'm sorry, Lakeman, that is. Lakeman right across the middle of the field. That pass is going to be deflected away by 28. And they're going to, that was Nathan Neer, and they're going to go pass interference here. 1st and 10 here for Charleston. It's going to be Jacksonville's 40-yard line.
It's against Nerve. We're going to see him basically, got his hands all over number 86, Brian Murphy. That is a huge penalty against Jacksonville. Let's go over the defensive stars real quick. Hale, Dalton, Schwinn, and Gardner are your D-line. Linebackers, John Martin. The corners, Toby and Nathan Nerd. And Roy Towers. The safeties, Bott, Gooden, Levine, Clay, and Bond. Those are your defensive stars for Jacksonville.
That penalty was a 29-yard non-play pickup for Charleston. There's a ball touchdown, Benjamin Warner. The first score of the game, and it only took 4 plays. 40-yard touchdown from Lakeman to Warner.
It didn't hurt that right now that penalty just made it a little bit easier for Benjamin Warner to get that easy touchdown. That's his 15th of his career. Jacksonville secondary was just caught empty-handed or caught looking in the backfield. Wherever it is, they got caught sleeping at the wheel, and Benjamin Warner and Lakeman made them pay for it.
Yeah, they sure did. Absolutely. Man, look at that lion right there. That is a beautiful shot. This is a gorgeous stadium. The extra point attempt is good. Right down the middle there, and Brad Bridget was the kicker for the extra point attempt. 7-0 Charleston up first here against Jacksonville. Jacksonville did receive the ball first, so Charleston will receive it on the second half of the ball game. Basically a 3-and-out for Jacksonville on their first possession. Got sacked. No, I'm not sacked, but the running back had a 3-yard loss and basically put them behind the sticks. There's Beasley on the return.
We'll see how Jacksonville shakes off the rust from that first drive of 3-and-out, with the D-line basically keeping the running back, Sean Sanders, from even making any progress in the first drive.
Here is O.J. Bruin underneath the center. Five-step drop here by Bruin. Bruin throws a dart. Kingston Ellington. Right down near midfield as we see Jacksonville moving the ball, get their first down of the game.
And what a way to get confidence in there when quarterback and wide receiver duo with that nice dot by Ellington. Whoever was supposed to be covering him first just decided to let him go wide by himself alone, and that made an easy catch for him.
1st and 10 here. They're going to go I-Pro. 4-3 is the defense. Bruin gets himself some room. Got a reception there by his tight end, wide receiver Connor Weston. I thought it was Talon Steele on the reception, but Weston comes up big there.
Another great dot, and this pass was perfectly thrown to only where his receiver can get it. Behind the defender, number 43, thought he had a chance to pick it off for Charleston, but could not, and that Corey Miller just mistimed it. That was a perfect throw by Bruin. You can't defend a perfect pass, and that's what we just saw there.
Down to the 29-yard line. 25-yard pickup on that pass to Weston, and there's going to be a pass interference.
Matt Ryan. We get a replay that looked like it was a bang-bang play, but unfortunately, we're not going to get a replay on that one. But It looked like Matt Ryan was able to get there on time, but instead the ref thought otherwise, and another huge penalty on defense, this time against Charleston.
We're going to go strong weak here. There's a pull by the guard. Nice block there. Sanders with a juke. Just short of the touchdown. And the first down line is well down to the 1 yard line. Or should I say the 3?
That was very Barry Sanders-like. I mean, his last name is Sean Sanders. He looked like Barry Sanders with that nice juke there. Great 9-yard run.
Eye Jokers pair here. Goal line defense for Charleston. Handoff here to the backup halfback. He picks up the first down and is now 1st and goal. Bakarian, nice strong run there.
Bakarian entering this week's action over 190 yards rushing, averaging 6.2 yards per carry. He did just enough to extend his drive and get a 1st and goal situation. The rookie, the 24th pick overall, with that 1st down carry.
Strong, weak eye Jokers here. No, strong eye Jokers, that is. And it's to Sanders. Sanders gets right between the goal line and the 1 yard line. So it's 2nd and inches.
And I didn't like that matchup. A 220-pound running back going against guys who are no less than 270 on the D line. I probably would have had the other guy, number 33, carry the ball up the middle like that.
Yeah, he's 229, 9 yards bigger than Sanders, and Sanders crosses Hollywood Boulevard for the first time today. Just about tying the ball game up. And Jacksonville with an outstanding drive here. And dude, their uniforms is gorgeous. I am loving this stadium, loving this uniforms as well here for Jacksonville. It all blends in, the black and the purple and the gold, as you stated, coming off with a Baltimore, a Ravens look there. Outside of the gold look, a gold add, or just yellow gold, should you say, looks really, really awesome. And Charleston has some nice looking uniforms as well. Can't deny that. I love how they have the 2 different images on their helmet. And that's one thing I love about this 2K4 move, is that you can do so much with your designing.
And plenty of teams have definitely done that, Demar.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You're right. I mean, we have seen some outstanding things with these designs from teams so far in this game, in this early season here in season 21. There's Spider on the return. Charleston would take over at their own 23-yard line now.
Now, Charleston so far is 1 for 1 on their drives this game. Let's see if they can continue that here with the first down 23.
John Lakeman, the 2-year veteran. Split backs. Going to go draw. Give it to Hoagland. And Hoagland picks up, looks like about 8 yards.
And when we last saw him, it looked like Nick Hoagland was the man, the one who had a hot hand in the prior game with his physical running style. We kind of see a little bit of that there, breaking 1 tackle and then carrying defenders for a nice 8-yard gain. We'll see if that remains the case this week as it was for Charleston in week 1.
2nd and 2 here now for Charleston. We have not seen a sighting from Rand Storm. Would they go with the much speedier back? No, they're going to go right back to Hoagland. And Hoagland stops right at the line of scrimmage. Couldn't see the tackler. Looks like 55, John Martin on the tackle, the inside linebacker.
But that's what you're going to need to do to stop a big running back like that. You're going to have somebody slow him down first and the other person clean him up.
Hoagland and Sutherland in the backfield. Handoff here to Hoagland. Hoagland picks up the first down and more out to the 36, 37-yard line. And let's call it the 38. 7-yard pickup.
And Damon doesn't hurt that their star-studded O-line is helping Hoagland with that easy run for a first down. But we got the backup, or maybe the starter, Storm in there now.
Yeah, here's Seren Storm, and Storm's going to pick up 1 yard, 2. They're going to give him. Charleston has 5 offensive linemen going on here, and it's really tough for a defensive line to get through, the offense to the ball carriers when there's 5 offensive linemen, as Charleston has, on the depth chart. Brian Murphy in motion. Hoagland once again on the carry.
That was, to me, an unnecessary spin that was done by Hoagland. If Hoagland just powered his way forward, I believe he would have made this air further inches. He would have gotten another first down. But here we go with 3rd and 3.
Hoagland has been the main ball carrier here so far for Charleston. 5-step drop here by Lakeman. Lakeman got some first down reception there from his big tight end, Brian Murphy, 6'5", 250. And going back to Murphy, we saw him in week 1 versus DC. He had an outstanding game working the middle of the field right behind the linebackers of DC and right in front of those safeties. DC just did not have an answer for Murphy defensively.
Well, we might see that tonight, too. We'll talk about that later.
There's a short to Reed, and Davius Reed did not come up with that reception there. Ball hit the turf, incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. I want to say that is Lakeman's first incomplete of the night.
Like going back to Brian Murphy, he is taller than the secondary that's covering him. He is 6'5". Nathan there is only one closest to him with 6'4". Murphy should win those matchups more times than not.
And you know what? And here's Lakeman. Lakeman drops back, 5-7-step drop. He got some reception to Benjamin Warner, his 2nd one of the game. Going back to Murphy, after that week 1 matchup that we did cover of Charleston and DC, and after the game was over with, I kept thinking, who this guy reminds me of? And the name that kept coming up was Jimmy Graham. Not sure if you remember Jimmy Graham, his years when he was with Seattle, not when he was with New Orleans, but when he was with Seattle. Jimmy Graham was very, very, he was a hard matchup for linebackers and safeties.
Hear that, or I can say Tony Gonzalez will be going to the No Fun League there. Ooh, nice start.
With a reception, picks up the first down inside of Jacksonville territory, inside of not goal line, but inside the red zone, should we say.
And Davius Reed just needs 2 receptions to hit the 400 reception mark for his career. That was a great catch on this drive after missing the first one, and that was a little bit too low.
Lakeman 4-5 on the day so far, 81 yards total. Still here in the first quarter, right at the 16-yard line. Warner goes in motion to the left. Seren Storm in the backfield right behind Sutherland. 7-step drop here is Lakeman. Lakeman goes to the progression, throws to the top of the field, incomplete. Hit the field and almost intercepted by no one other than Tiggy Clay.
Oh, and we have an injury. That's Toby Nerd who got hurt on that play. That's going to hurt Jacksonville's great secondary there.
Yeah, but they got a gang load of them back there, though. Anyone can step in.
That's true. They got 3 of them. That depth's going to be put to the test right now.
Yeah. Looks like Nathan would be probably moving up to that spot of Toby, and Roy Towers will be moving to the number 2 corner spot now. Here is Davius Reed in motion. 4-2 nickel is the defense. Going to go fake toss to the fullback, give it to the halfback. No, it was fake toss to the halfback, and they gave it to the fullback there. Surely did they fool me? So I thought it went the other way around.
They didn't fool Joey Schwimp, who got that tackle for a loss. He was 3rd down for both sides. We'll see if Jacksonville's defense can hold Charleston to a field goal attempt.
3-2 dime defense here. Lakeman off his back foot. Passes tipped it. The defense of Jacksonville. And they're going to say that young Vaught basically got his hands on it. The pass was intended for Davius Reed.
Yeah, that was just a little bit off of pass. And then Vaught was like, okay, I'm going to try to do my best at Reed. impersonation. He got both hands on the ball. Almost could have picked that off. If Vaught was a little bit taller, he's currently 5'10". If he was a little bit taller, he probably could have easily picked that off. But we're going to see a field goal attempt coming up for Charleston.
Yeah, Vaught basically played that robber spot very well. Just hung out right there in the middle of the field. And here's a field goal attempt here for Charleston. The kick is up. Right down the middle. That one is good. 13 plays, 60 yards. 4 minutes and 21 seconds to be exact on the drive.
And that was Brad Burchett's 166 field goal made of his career, averaging 91%. He was entering this week's action 6th all-time in field goals made.
Wow. Climbing up the charts there, huh?
Yes, he is.
This one is deep in the end zone of Jacksonville, and Beasley is going to bring it out, and Beasley is tackled and brought down at the 28-yard line. So nice. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm saying, Damon, that's the main returner right there for Jacksonville. Beasley, he's been used primarily as a kick returner, over 250 yards entering today's action, averaging 31 yards per return. Trying to keep that average up.
I know, right? Came up a little short on that 31 average. Jacksonville starting at their own 28. 3 wide receivers set here. Hand off to Sanders. Sanders bulldozes his way right up the middle of the field. Tackled and brought down at the 36.
And Sean Sanders needed 18 yards to get 1,000 for his career. Currently, he had 5 carries for 11 yards before that one, so make that 15 yards after that 4-yard run.
Jacksonville at the 32-yard line now. Hand off here to the backup halfback, Vakarian, and Karian picks up the first down, crosses the 40, tackled and brought down at the 43, T-Roy, and that's going to be an 11-yard pickup for the backup halfback.
And we got another Thunder and Lightning combo here. So we saw the Lightning and Sanders, and we see the Thunder with Vakarian. Great blocking by O-line, and people are making business decisions. They want to go up against that Mack truck who is 6'2", 229 pounds.
Although he doesn't weigh that much, this guy when we look at his physique and his size, first person come to mind is 27 for the New York Giants when they had Tiki Barber, that Lightning and Thunder. What was that guy's name?
That would have been Ron Dane if you was thinking about that, or Brandon Jacobs.
Jacobs, yes, that's the one I was thinking about. There is Sanders. I like this 2 running back combo here for Jacksonville. 2 wide receivers here to the right of Bruin. Five-step drop here by the left-handed QB. Throws a dart. And pass is intercepted by Charleston. And it's Thomas who comes away with that one-handed INT. T-Roy. That just may be our retro catch of the day. Nice hands catch of the game. And it comes from a linebacker.
And not only that's the retro catch of the day, that was Khalil Thomas's first interception of his 7-year career. Congrats to Thomas, and now as we see if Jacksonville can extend their lead on this drive.
The nice hands catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only game, a video game that is, with the players in it. SFL 4K23. Outstanding play there by the defensive linebacker, by the defense of Charleston and the linebacker Khalil Thomas. There is Jacob Clear on the sideline, breaking that last play down, telling him what he saw. Here is Lakeman once again. Underneath the center, split back. Wing jokers, handoff here to Hoagland. And Hoagland with a nice spin move. And even put the referee in shambles.
He probably heard my call earlier saying that he had unnecessary spin early. He's like, hold on, let me show you something to where he used the ref as a pick to prevent the Jacksonville defenders from getting him by spinning away right after he met the ref. I guess everybody doesn't want to get on ref, whatever his number is now, the bad side. So it's like, oh, I'm not going to hit the ref. Great run by Hoagland.
Oh, nice fake there. Give it to Sutherland this time. Down to the 30. May give him to the 29-yard line.
Averaging 3 yards a carry. And the fullback just bringing the pain there. Sutherland not used as much before this season. And right now, he's already got 3 touches.
They come out in the same formation. 5-step drop here by Lakeman. Lakeman right across the middle of the field. Oh, nice one-handed catch attempt there by Murphy, and Murphy was unable to bring that one in. But you know what? He may have heard the footsteps of the defensive back that was right in his vicinity.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't come down with that catch. I just get saying praises of him the prior drive. He let me down on this boy. Here we go, 3rd down.
They come out with a bunch here. Charleston, that is. Davies Reed down to the bottom of the field. And Lakeman overthrows his receiver, incomplete, and they're going to have to settle for a field goal here. And that was intended for wide receiver Ricky Spider.
And that might be a smart throw from Lakeman. Didn't see anybody open at that time of his throw. So that is a minor win for the Jacksonville defense. It could be even a bigger win if they can somehow block this field goal attempt.
Here's a 46-yard field goal attempt here by Brad Bridget. As you just stated, partner, the kick is up, and it's going to be good. I thought it was about to swift over to the left there, but it ended up going right down the pipe. Only 18 yards picked up on that possession from Charleston after the interception. So a 13-7 lead here for Charleston. Great defense by Jacksonville, not allowing them to pick up a total of 7 points on the turnover, but only 3. So you got to give the defense credit for that, right? But you do got to give Charleston credit for picking up at least some particular type of points after the turnover.
Yeah, but we'll see how Jacksonville can recover from that. Nice interception by Khalil Thomas. Can Bruin and the group march down the field and hopefully get 7, take the lead? You'll find out.
I-twins here for Bruin underneath the center. Look out for the little guy at the bottom of the screen. Looks like one of the receivers in that wing spot. There's a pass right across the middle to Kingston, and Kingston's going to pick up 9 yards there. Kingston Ellington, that is.
You know what? They didn't show the replay. It would have been nice if Sanders would have came and made one block after Ellington make that catch. If he would have, the guy who had tackled Ellington would not have been there. That could have went for even more yardage.
In motion is the fullback. Going over to the left side of Bruin. Going to go ISO here to Sanders. Get a nice block there by Balmer. And Sanders picks up the 1st down.
Yes, that was a great block by the fullback, formerly of DC, and Jay Balmer. But, man, Sanders, if he would just bounce it to the outside, he had a house call for 6. But still, the 1st down of the drive stays alive.
There's a nice catch right across the middle to Connor Weston. 1st and 10, Jacksonville.
Damon, that's like the 2nd straight catch that Weston made where he took a shot shortly after, but it didn't matter to him. He came down with that catch, a nice splash play, in spite of the fact that Minner, your former teammate, brought the pain.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Minner. But Connor Weston putting his body on the line, especially his back, turning it towards the defense. Here's a toss here to Sanders. Sanders, nice juke move there, but he goes down after picking up 3 yards. And
yeah, that was
slow to get up.
Yeah, he was, but that's what happens when you go against somebody who is the number 4 all-time leader in tackles, and Jack Brown. Jack Brown is one guy you cannot fake out too many times. So he's going to bring the pain himself.
Jacksonville at Charleston's 48-yard line. Handoff here to Vakarian. Vakarian almost picks up the first down. Down to the 40. 41. Really couldn't see. Yeah, right at the 41. So about a 6-yard pickup there. 3rd and inches. Eye jokers. Here's Bruin underneath the center. There's another toss here to Sanders. Sanders who picks up the first down before being tackled down at the 38.
Now, I talked about before about unnecessary spins, but I think that was a wise one by Sanders. He's trying to make sure that he took less punishment with a well-timed spin. Another conversion on 3rd down for Jacksonville.
Actually at the 37 of Charleston. 4-yard pickup for Sanders. Here is Kingston Ellington in motion. Gonna go draw here. Nowhere to go. Loses a yard. Nice defense by Charleston to get in the backfield and basically shut the run game down.
And we talked about this earlier. I think this is the important matchup. How well can the 2-star linemen, Ryan and Martin, help out the rest of their crew against a star-studded defense with the defensive line and the linebackers of Charleston? We'll see how that matchup goes as this game goes along.
They're going to go twins. The inside receiver is going to go in the end route. Deep post. That pass is knocked away by the defense of Charleston. And I can't see who that was intended to. I want to say 83, Connor Weston. Either was Connor Weston or David Gears. I saw a 3 on the jersey. I like this number font here by Jacksonville as well on their jerseys.
It's very Raven-like to me. And I'm feeling it.
Here's 5-step drop here by Bruin. Bruin's going to go for the run. Picks up the first down on the scramble down to the 30. I'm sorry, it's going to be the 20. It's like right at the 26, 27-yard line.
And speaking of being very Raven-like, Damon, that's kind of like the Ravens' star QB running like that. Realize that, there's nobody open. Brewer decided he's going to take the ball himself, get that first down, and extend this drive.
So his was down to the 26. 12-yard pickup for Bruin on that scramble. Got his man right across the middle of the field, and that's going to be Connor Weston. I was about to say Weston Connor. About to screw this dude name, just flip it, right? Just
But Weston, 6'4", 215, the 7-season vet coming over from Arizona, making an impact on this half for Jacksonville.
Inside the 19, they're going to give it to the backup halfback, Vakarian. And Vakarian's going to pick up 1 yard. Third and 1. Here for the Kings. In the Kings' lair, the Predators are trying to hold Jacksonville to 3 points here. Little shifting by the defense. Motion is Connor Weston. I formation. Handoff here to Vakarian. Vakarian, nice move. Gets outside. 10-yard line. 5. Breaks another tackle. Boulevard for this backup. Shepard Vakarian. 18-yard touchdown run to the house.
And this is his 3rd touchdown of his career. And everybody knew what was happening. It was going to be a run to Mr. number 33, Vakarian. And they couldn't stop them. You need to gang tackle this guy. They couldn't. And Vakarian just showed his power and his ability to stay in bounds and then finish off a run with another broken tackle. And a very impressive one by Vakarian.
It was a great run there by Vakarian to tie the game up. Extra point attempt is good. Jacksonville takes the lead. 12 plays, 79 yards. 4:53 off the clock. Nice drive there by Jacksonville. We've been seeing great drives by both of these teams here today, T-Roy.
Yes, we have. And so far, it was an interception That's been the only blemish between these two teams. Otherwise, it's been a score every drive but one.
Here is Ricky Spider on the return. Spider is tackled and brought down at the 27-yard line.
Now, the important part here for Charleston, their last two drives ended with 3 points instead of 6. If they would have scored touchdowns in their past two drives, they will have a nice lead. But right now, they're trailing by 1. We'll see if they can change that here.
Yeah, if you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sidelines and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. Here is Lakeman, gets a little pressure, passes caught and complete to one of his wide receivers, and that is to Adobe.
And Adobe is now over 800 yards receiving after this catch right here. Nice catch on the run. He had to turn his back towards the oncoming butt whooping from Clay, but it didn't matter. He was able to make the catch, and that's another first down for Charleston.
1st and 10 at their own 41. 14-yard pickup on the reception to Adobe. They're going to go twins here to the right. Split backs, that is. Give it here to Hoagland. And Hoagland's going to pick up 2 yards. And he's slow to get up. We're going to take it back to SFL. Send it back to SFL headquarters with a game update. Cameron Irvine, take it away, sir.
Thank you, Demond. Minnesota is all over San Diego in the third. Colin Hart doing whatever he wants. The defense has picked off Pickler now 3 times. They have the ball back, up 31-7 in a shocking blowout in Minnesota. Back to you guys in Jacksonville.
Thanks, Cameron Irvine, for that game update and game break. And during that break, Benjamin Warner comes up with a great catch here on a nice post route, tackled and brought down at the 41. This is going to be a 16-yard pickup there for Charleston and Lakeman as they're starting to get things moving here. Can Jacksonville defense come alive? They're in a 4-4 defensive look here. Looks like a 4-3. Linebackers just shifted over to the left side there. Here is Lakeman. Lakeman tries to go for a scramble. Nothing doing. Tackled and brought down by Logan Gardner with a big sack on Lakeman.
Lakeman tried to do his best, we'll say, O.J. Bruin impersonation, trying to run, but Schlent was having none of that.
That's going to be the 2-minute warning. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on the SFL's YouTube network. It's going to be a 2nd and long. It's like forever. You don't even see the first down line on the field here for Charleston. They're going to go bunch here to the left of Lakeman. Lakeman on a 5-step drop. Shifts towards throws off his back foot, which is a side step at 3rd and 13 here now for the Charleston Predators.
Yeah, he was trying to get Davius Reed, but that throw was just a little bit too strong for the person who was legit wide open, at least wide open in SFL terms. A big, important 3rd down for the Charleston offense coming up.
3rd and 13 for Lakeman. Lakeman on a 5-step drop. Turns around and passes. Oh, it's caught! You gotta be kidding me! What did I just see from his wide receiver of Charleston, Ricky Spider?
Ricky Spider is like Spider-Man doing whatever a spider can. In this case, he climbed a ladder, mossed 2 defenders. Yeah, they don't want to replay of that. If you're Jacksonville on that play, oh my God, what a great play by Spider. Gets his first catch of his SFL career.
Spider doing what Spider does. Little shift here by the D-line as they goes into a pinch formation. Davis Reed right across the middle of the field picks up the first down to the 3-yard line, or 2, should I say, of Jacksonville.
And right there, Davius Reed is got his 400th reception of his career. And if I did my math right, He's just a few yards away from 5,000. He almost got it. Just needs another catch.
Here is Hoagland. Oh, he took a shot. They're gonna give him they're gonna say touch. They're gonna give it to him. I think he's short. I don't think the ball broke the plane.
That was great effort, Damon, but I'm gonna be with you. This will have to come from the booth since it's inside 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But great job by Hoagland. Getting the effort needed to cross the line, but we didn't get a good angle there. We'll see if the booth will challenge this. If not, that's a great drive by Charleston. They did not challenge it.
Yeah, they're not going to challenge it. We have not seen a retro challenge all game as of yet. There's a bad snap. The kick is up, and it's good. For all the league highlights, photos, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future. Also, smash that like button. Liking the game so far, smash the like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Yes, here's a big return here by Beasley. Oh, he's tackling and brought that at the 40-yard line. Couldn't even get to my ad read because Beasley just wanted to show off.
What a return. That had great potential. His blockers in front allowed Beasley to even get to that point, but he had the wherewithal to bounce it outside, break that tackle for number 22 of Charleston, and then he put a couple people in the spin cycle on that one. Poor number 47 for Charleston. Oh, man.
I think it was
one of the backup players he that was a nasty move.
I think it was the Golden Shoes. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you have not subscribed. Motion to the top of the field. 56 seconds left here on the clock here for Bruin and the Kings. Oh, that pass is off. It was going to be intercepted, intended for Connor Weston and Kingston Ellington, and he took a shot.
Now, I also need to go back from the prior play because that catch by, Davius Reed also put him over 5,000 yards. He only needed 16. He's at 23. So that last catch that he made put him over 400 for his career and 5,000 for his career. Congrats to you.
Congrats, Davius Reed. Here is Bruin. 3 wide receivers. Sanders to the left in the backfield. He's going to stay in and block. Nice catch there by the tight end, Talon Steele. His first of the day. Picks up the first down, but guess what, T-Word? He steps out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very smart. The former tight end from London comes to Jacksonville. He just made a great play after the catch. Jacksonville, they have a chance to get 7 here. They're going for everything right now as they're getting close to the red zone.
At their own 30-yard line. They're going to call for motion. It's going to be David Jeers. Sanders in the backfield, single back. Looks like Talon Steele to the top there. They're going to be a reception. David Jeers on the reception there. Timeout, Jacksonville.
Now, I hope that they continue to march down the field. They have one timeout yet left. Do not go for this field goal attempt right now. The momentum is clearly on your side. Keep marching down the field. Bruins throwing dots to his receivers, and they're coming up big so far in this drive.
Now I'm to 19. Ellington goes in motion. Sanders in the backfield. So Connor Weston in motion. Ellington's down to the bottom of the field. Throws to the top. Got his man. It's David Jeers. Touchdown, Jacksonville. And they're going to tie it up with the extra point, assuming to take the lead. Perfect goal everywhere.
Great job by O.J. Bruin throwing it to where Gears can only catch it. Because Blockner, his back was turned. There's no way Sam Blockner of Charleston was going to make a play on that one. So O.J. Bruin's like, let's make it easier for my wide receiver. I'm going to throw it to a spot where only he can catch it. And that's what we just saw there. Another great dot by O.J. Bruin, who's been on fire this entire first half.
Sam Boltner was the defender in the area, and he just could not come up with that pass deflection. The extra point is up, and it's good. And Jacksonville takes the lead with 38 seconds left here in the second quarter. T-Roy, this has been an outstanding game offensively so far. We've seen a little bit of defense from Jacksonville by stopping and forcing Charleston to a few field goals on a few possessions. And a big interception by Thomas for Charleston. Here is Spider. Spider trying to answer back, and he does with a big return to the 29-yard line. I mean, the offense, but both teams are moving the ball up and down the field. And I think we're in for a pretty good one here, especially coming up to the second half.
Yeah, and also the over-under was 57.5 points. We're currently at 41. So if you bet the over right now, you are smiling from ear to ear. We'll see if Jacksonville can get you closer to your winnings here. They got 33 seconds left. All they need to do is get in field goal range right now.
Davius Reed down to the bottom of the field. They're going to hand it out here to Hoagland, and Hoagland's going to go nowhere. Basically, that went for a run there, basically to just run the clock out. I don't think they're going to get off another play here. They probably just let the clock run down.
Yeah, they don't have to snap. They probably want to basically minimize any damage as possible, but they're already at the line. We'll see if they're going to just stay there for no reason or actually snap the ball.
Yeah, I think they should just let the clock burn. They're going to hand it off here to Hoagland once more, and Hoagland picks up the few yards, and they're going to come out here with no injuries in the first half. Charleston will receive the ball to start the second. That's going to be the end of the half. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on the SFL YouTube network. T-Roy, as I stated, man, this has just been a beautiful game so far. Both offenses moving the ball up and down the field, and defense is around, should we say.
Yeah, I mean,
here.
Yeah, even though they gave up 42 points, both defenses combined, there have been some great plays by both sides. You already mentioned Jacksonville making sure that they held Charleston to 6 points on 2 drives instead of 14. So that was a great job by Charleston. And then we saw that one-handed catch by that would be Khalil Thomas of Charleston, the end of drive that resulted in a field goal. So defense has shown up, but so far it's been an offensive showdown. And Warner is the guy who's getting the spotlight with his 79 yards, receiving 1 touchdown, averaging 26 yards per catch. But this has been an offensive performance by both teams. We'll see if this continues here in the second half.
Yeah, both of that coming off of that 40-yard touchdown reception he had early in the first quarter. Basically to put Charleston ahead on their first possession of the ball game, as they were the first team to score in tonight's matchup. As I stated, Charleston will receive the ball here to start the second. Here is Spider on the return. Spider puts his head down, just smack. Man, 51 may be, he gets up slow. 51 may be a little shaken up there.
Yeah, Spider wanted to bring the pain, but I'm surprised he didn't bounce it outside to the right. He could have got more yards, but for some reason, Spider wants to just bring some punishment today.
Yeah, right? You're going to go near spread here, hand off here to the fullback, Sutherland, and Sutherland goes nowhere. Martin meet him right at the line of scrimmage. Not meet him, met him right at the line of scrimmage, should we say.
Yeah, I think if I were Charleston, I'll get rid of that play. That's like the second or third time that they ran it, and it got stuffier for no gain or a loss both times.
Yeah, they may be fooling us up here in the booth with it, but they're not fooling the guys down on the field. There's Davis Reed in motion to the top, to the left of this offense. Hoagland in the backfield. They're going to be a rollout here. And right down the middle is Brian Murphy. Murphy picks up the first down.
I would love to see where how successful both quarterbacks been in terms of where they've thrown the ball. It seems like both teams are achieving their success down the middle instead of on the sides. And Lakeman, only missed 6 passes so far with 169 yards passing, 1 touchdown. He's having another great day, back-to-back great days for Charleston.
12-yard pickup on the previous pass from Lakeman to Murphy. Twins to the left. 5-step drop by Lakeman. Is down to Murphy, and Murphy mossed it. But you got to give credit to young Vaught. Number 20 comes in like a heat-seeking missile and blows that play up.
Yeah, he may be 5'10", 195 pounds, but he's bringing the pain as if he was Ronnie Lott. He just went up there and destroyed Brian Murphy. He's like, hey, you're going to come to the middle, you're going to get lit up, just like Lott would do.
Short guy, wearing number 20, Brian Dawkins comes to mind.
Oh, I remember that guy.
3-step drop. That pass is completed to Saran Storm. Picks up the first down as well.
I mean, that's not foreign to Storm. Storm was originally a wide receiver for Florida before he became a running back. Mm-hmm. That's a great catch. He was over 3,600 yards receiving entering this week's action, averaging 11.3 yards per catch. So a first down per catch, yeah, why not throw it to him?
We're going to go a strong eye pro here. Now they're going to turn into a weak eye twins, a strong eye twins, should we say. There is Lakeman. Got his man Murphy down to the 16-yard line. What a shot. Murphy was wide open.
That means the secondary of Jacksonville, including Roy Towers, allowed Murphy to get that wide open. Look at that. It doesn't take until about 2 seconds after that ball is seen on the screen before 2 defenders, Towers and Bott, come in to stop Murphy. They allow Murphy to get down the field too easy on that one, and it cost them big.
A 34-yard pickup from Lakeman to Murphy on that pitch and catch. Handoff here to Storm. Storm's going to pick up a few yards, going to give him 2 down to the 14.
And Demond, that was a frustration tackle by Bott. You see how he looked after he got up and walked right back to the huddle? He was not happy after giving up that big play, so he decided to bring the pain on Storm.
Yeah, he basically sniffed that play out and just let Storm know, hey, that's not going to happen here. In motion is Warner. Warner with a 40-yard touchdown earlier in the game here in the first quarter. Faking it once again. He hit it to the fullback. He's going to be stopped after picking up 2 yards.
Sorry. This is one of the few times I'm going to call out an old lineman, but Finley James just stood there and allowed his fullback to get destroyed instead of going after that next block. That's one of those rare bad plays from an old lineman, Demond.
They're going to go bunch here. I have something I have wanted to say. I'll get to it in just a minute. 3-2 is the defense, and they bring the house, but keeps the umbrella in the secondary. They had about 2 people coming on a blitz. Did you see Jacob clear a shirt?
He had a nice shirt on, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a nice polo shirt, but he has the team name right across it. You know, like we talked about earlier, the customization here in the SFL. Nice shirt, Jacob Clear. And here is the field goal attempt. It's up and it's good. Charleston take the lead with that field goal.
But here's a third drive as Bradshaw made a field goal here. He has 3 so far in today's game, so he's now at 53 for his career. 98%, by the way. But this is a third drive for the Predators where they have to settle for a field goal instead of going for a touchdown. That means Jacksonville's defense is doing what they need to do to keep them in the game. Let's see if the offense on their first possession of this half can march down the field and get 7 here.
Charleston with a total of 264 yards on the day. Jacksonville with only 194. It's going to be a flag here. This could be a clipping. It could be brought back.
I'll be shocked if it's not.
And they are going to call clipping. Let's see who is the main target on this call. 73.
That is the star guard, Marcella Martin. We will not get a replay on that, unfortunately. but Martin gets called for the penalty. What Martin is going to have to do, he's going to have to shake it off and help his O-line allow Jacksonville march down the field on this drive.
Twins, here's Jacksonville. And they'll be starting at their own 14-yard line. In motion is the fullback, Balmer. Bruin got a reception to Connor Weston, and Weston is tackled and brought down. It looks like at the 23, I want to call it. No, that's going to be at the 26. Picks up the first down, 12-yard pickup.
Now, you know what's another great defense, Damon? A good offense that milks the clock and ends their drive for the touchdown. Here's a potential to do that with a drive originally starting at the 14.
There's Bruin again. Bruin got Connor Weston. Weston is tackled and brought down at the 44.
And
18-yard catch and grab.
Corey Minner couldn't stop Weston from making that catch. Weston got the better of him again. This has been the matchup all game long so far. And that was a perfect thrown pass by Bruin once again, pointing to where his receiver has the best chance of making the catch, not the defender. And hey, if your quarterback's going to be that dang on accurate, it's going to be hard to stop an offense like this.
Yeah, but great coverage by Corey Minner, though, because he was right in the hip pocket of Connor Weston. A little Twins formation. Sanders, haven't seen Sanders get the ball. Oh, it's fumble! It's on the field. It's on the ground, and Bruin picks it up. Or should I say jumps on it.
Sanders, shake it off. I know that was frustrating, but that was a clear fumble. But O.J. Bruin, who's been basically Johnny on the spot the entire game, probably has the play of the game right there, picking up that fumble and keeping this drive alive.
Give credit to the Jack-o'-lantern, Jack Brown, with that forced fumble. Here is Bruin. Bruin got a reception right across the middle of the field, and it is to Kingston Ellington. He's a 1 yard short of the first down.
Think about that, Damon. They just had a 2 yard loss. That was 11-yard reception, so they almost got they got a more manageable third down here. That's what a great quarterback can do for you in this league. They can make up from a prior mistake.
Handoff hit to Sanders. Sanders got open daylight, picks up the first down and more. Tackled and brought down at the 39-yard line. And that's going to be an 8-yard gain there.
Just to carry once again. Unfortunately, Matt Ryan couldn't stop Son Sanders. In fact, he actually made a business decision. He just waited until Sanders got past the first down marker before he attempted to make the tackle just to prevent Sanders from getting more yards.
First and 10, here's a toss hit to Sanders. Sanders is hitting the backfield by Jack Brown. Brown cannot make the tackle, and he stumbles forward for another 4 yards.
One of the few times that we can say that, Damon, Jack Brown not making the tackle. Great job by Sean Sanders. He's already the lower guy at 5'7", so he was able to break that tackle from Brown and be able to get the 4 yards, as you mentioned. A good start to that carry. Twins
here. Right up the middle is Vakarian. Vakarian with, I think he has the Vakarian has the only rushing touchdown for Jacksonville. 3rd and 2. At their own 32-yard line. Vakarian is going to be hitting the backfield for a 2-yard loss. 3-yard loss, that is.
Great job by Leo Thomas, who had his first interception of his career in the first half. Just put it into the drive of Jacksonville, and I think they're not in field goal range. We'll see. Yeah, they're going to have to force a punt. So Jacksonville wasn't able to get any points on this drive for the first time since earlier in the first half.
They're going to coffin corner it. It's going to go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 13-yard line. Now available, free to download. You can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at GoRetroid.com, search SFL, and download our mod at simulationfl.net/4K23. Retro, the official console of the SFL. Here is Storm. Storm with a nice run there, picks up 9.5, almost gets the first down.
And that's one of the best runs Storm had in today's matchup, 9.5 yards. He usually gets like 4 or 5 at the best, but that's a good start to this possession for Charleston.
Going to give it here to Hoagland, and Hoagland picks up the first down to the 30-yard line.
Now, Damon, let me ask you a question. Does it look like Seren Storm and Nick Hoagland are exactly the same weight?
It does look like that.
It does? To me, it doesn't. Because one looks bigger than the other. Maybe because of how Hoagland is running. He looks bigger than Storm. What a catch.
I have to double check, but there's Warner with a nice catch there. With his back turned to the secondary.
Look at that. Great protection by the O-line. And for some reason, number 28, Nathan Lurd, decided he was going to keep going down the field. He got faked out by Warner, and Warner was able to come up with that catch.
High throw there by Lakeman. Warner able to snag it out of the air. Here is Seren Storm in the backfield. Now they're going to go draw play to Storm. Storm met right at the line of scrimmage, but he bulldozes his way forward, picking up 4 yards. Couldn't see who met him right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like that was Alex Bond. I haven't heard that name in ages.
Yeah, he's back.
Wow.
Bond.
I didn't even know
Alex
that.
Bond.
I know, right?
Hey, we called the game back in the day. It's been a while.
Yeah. And here is Sutherland. Sutherland goes nowhere. Picks up 1 yard, though. Bond on the tackle.
But think about this. Poor Sutherland. Each time he carries the ball, he gets probably no more than 3. So his O-line is failing him.
Alex Bond, 7 tackles on the day. DBs are playing way back off the wide receivers. 4-2 nickel defense. Hana's Adobe goes in motion. Seren Storm in the backfield along with Sutherland. 7-step drop. Here's Lakeman. Gets pressured by 94. Tipped. And almost just sacked by a host of Kings. And that's going to be a 4th and 5, which is going to force Charleston to punt here late in the third quarter.
And that was one of the few ill-advised throws we saw from Lakeman there, putting it into triple coverage there. He actually did the other play before. But right now, the defenses are showing up. 2 drives so far, 2 punts.
Here's a punt here by Charleston, and there's going to be a return here by Beasley. And Beasley get a nice return to the 25-yard line.
Well, to be a great returner, you got to be crazy at times. And so far,
Especially
Beasley's been crazy.
Everyone was around him.
Right. There was only one purple jersey there to help him out. And there's a slew of white jerseys with red pants getting ready to destroy him. But Beasley manages to make a positive gain on that return.
Bakarin in the backfield. We've been seeing the Kings in this twins formation awfully a lot here today. Haven't seen much of a spread offense from them. Defense looks like they're in a 4-3. There is motion by Ellington, and man-to-man here is the defense. At least the corners are. There is Bruin right across the middle of the field. 5-yard catch there by Talon Steele.
Man, Talon Steele. Let's go over him. Let's go over his stat line here. He's 6'7", but he's 263 pounds. He is hard to bring down, so if you're going to attempt to tackle him, you better bring everything that you got. A nice 5-yard catch.
Talon started his career in Jacksonville, moved over to Houston a few seasons ago, London last season. Here's Vakarian with a nice run here, should we say, picks up the first down, and then Talon Steele finds himself back at home with the Jacksonville Kings. Sometimes you just have to go out and test the waters, and then you find yourself back where it all began, right? Sometimes you just know where home is,
And I met him at the convention, and he seems happy that he's back in the purple and gold.
He's a very great guy as well. I met him at the convention in Las Vegas last year. I mean, man, he and I, we drunk so much one night. Not going to get into that. That's another story. But here's Sanders on the carry, picks up 6. But, man, he's an absolutely great individual. I mean, we talked and chatted all night. He brought a buddy of his along with him. We just had a great time. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music here live on the SFL YouTube network. Everyone, put your 4s in the chat, your 12s, your 68s, and your 86. To show our gratitude to those we have lost here in the SFL. Here is Bruin underneath the center. Nice drive here by the Kings. Talon still in motion. Only wide receiver on the field. Well, he's a tight end. There's like a gang of tight ends on the line. Here is Sanders. Get big block there by the tight end. Breaks a few tackles. Breaks a nice block by Talon Steele. Put a spin move on Thomas and drags him down to looks like the 26-yard line.
You can hear me clapping. That was a impressive run. That's very much like we said before, Barry Sanders-esque. He's able to break some tackles like Barry Sanders did back in college. Right there's the first broken tackle. And as he gets further on down the field, put Khalil Thomas in the spin cycle. Luckily, it didn't hurt Thomas that bad because he was able to make that tackle, but not after the damage was done. A great run by Sanders.
I just realized that Sanders is 5'7". He may be tied for the shortest player in the SFL with
Jay-Z Bacon, I think.
No, not Bacon. He played Pseudo Nakai.
For him.
Yeah, because I think Pseudo Nakai is 5'7" as well. Both have that Darren Sproles. Now Deuce Vaughn, a player type. Yeah, great run there by Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Bruin. There's going to be PI.
No.
There'll be a PI call on J.W. Hartshorn.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think he may have bumped him on the route.
I need to see a replay of that. Otherwise, I'm not going to be happy.
I would like to see a replay as well, and we will get one, partner.
Here we go. I don't see it.
Ref,
I'm not
sure.
That's a bad call. Maybe that hand there at the last second.
Maybe the hand got a shove. Maybe that hand there got a shove. But he did have his head turned around to play the ball. But
right.
You're right. You're right, T. But that left hand may have got a shove there.
As we see one of the cheerleaders doing the Ralph Macchio pose right there. That jump kick.
First and 10 here for Jacksonville at their own 16-yard line. In motion is Connor Weston. Kingston Ellington down to the bottom of the field. Talon Steele stays in the block. Pass and for Weston, and Weston get blowed up after the deflection. My goodness, man. I mean, that should be an illegal hit. But it is legal.
Made a ref decide to keep the flag in his pocket after that other call there. But, man, good hit. Good coverage by the secondary of the Charleston Predators. And that cheerleader is still in that pose. She must have left the Karate Kid. That's discipline there. She has not moved.
Here's Bruin. Rolls out to his left. Finds a target in the middle of the end zone. It is a touchdown for Connor Weston. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's Weston's second. No, it's going to be his first of the day.
First of the day, 34th of his career. And again, that was a pass where only Weston can catch it, as number 43, Corey Minner, was in the wrong spot, wrong position. He was facing the wrong way, so Brewer decided, let's go throw it to the other area where Minner cannot even attempt to contest it. Great job by Brewer, and that's the first points of the second half here.
Yeah, there is the snap. The extra point is good. 28-23. Jacksonville up on the Charleston Predators. APM Music is unraveled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com.
What a kick by Bradshaw. That's I would say Shark Tarkington level. I would say Evan McPherson level. That was a great kick.
What about Jackman?
Oh, yes. Can't forget about him.
There was one time the dude did not miss a field goal ever. There's an almost intercepted by John Patrick Levine. Is it Levine or Levine?
I thought it was Levine.
Okay,
it could be Levine.
Yeah. Let's go with Levine. I think I like Levine better.
Just
because I like it, it should not be called that.
I'm sure we'll get corrected in the chat eventually.
Yeah, we will.
Lakeman with 200+ yards passing so far.
Here is Hoagland. Hoagland picks up a 5-yard run there.
Well, yeah, Hoagland, as we talked about earlier, he's just 1 inch shorter than Storm, but they're the same weight. But since the Hoagland is 1 inch shorter, he runs with more power, seemingly. So he's been getting those tough yards more consistently than Storm so far in these first 2 games for the Predators.
2 wide receivers here. Lakeman got his wide receiver. Here's Warner. First down, and they are on the other side in enemy territory. I think they're back. They're still on their same side of the 50.
If you love quarterback play, this so far has been a masterclass. I know there's been a couple of interceptions and some bad throws here and there, but both quarterbacks, Lakeman and Brewer, has been throwing the ball where the receiver has the best chance of making the catch and not the defender picking it off.
You're absolutely right there. I absolutely agree with you. And here is Lakeman on a rollout to his left. Oh, nice play there by John Patrick. I went to college with a guy named Joe Patrick.
But Lakeman was facing serious pressure from the safety blitz coming from Clay. He had to get rid of it, probably prematurely, and John Patrick Levine was able to benefit with that pass deflection.
Here is Lakeman. Got Murphy. Murphy picks up the first down and more. Tackle right at the 42, 43-yard line. And he's going to get up raising the roof.
Well, again, that was great coverage. There's 2 people on Brian Murphy. But again, Brian Murphy is too dang on tall, and you can't defend the perfect pass.
Yeah, but you just
as we just saw there.
You just stated he's too tall. And the guy who was, well, it was John Patrick who was, I thought it was young Vaught who was there on the coverage. I was going to say he shadows that guy. Lakeman 265 yards on the day.
And Murphy with 70 yards receiving.
Davius Reed goes in motion to the right. Going to be off the line of scrimmage. Fakes the toss to the halfback, gives it to the fullback, and he's nowhere to go. They're going to give him 2 yards. I don't think he got 2 yards, if you ask me.
Hey, let's give the fullback some love, man. He's trying. Terrell Sutton, he's a tall glass of water, 6'4". Go ahead.
Can't give him a trophy for participating. You know? Here is Lakeman on a 5-step drop. That pass is incomplete. My goodness, the receiver took a shot. They're going to call up the PI.
Yeah. Yeah, Roy Towers gets the flag on that one. Will we see a replay? We're going to find out. Nope. They're hating on us. But Roy Towers gets called for the foolishness, and that helps extend this drive. Charleston needs to score a touchdown here to get the momentum right back on their sides there. It's just outside the red zone.
As LaBoosie said, I don't know why they hating on me. Here's Lakeman on a 5-step drop. Lakeman gets hit by the defensive tackle, Joey Schwint. And Jacob Clear is livid.
He is living in that nice Charleston Predators shirt, as you mentioned before. But Joey Schwint, he just went through that star-studded O-line and able to get a 6-yard loss. You can't keep a player down like that, Demar.
That is the second sack of the game for this Jacksonville defense. No sacks for Charleston in this game. Benjamin Warner goes in motion to the right. 5-step drop here by Lakeman. Lakeman dumps it off to Warner. Warner picks up a few yards there. 3rd and 8.
Now, let's talk about this. No sacks on Jacksonville's QB. They only have 2 star O-linemen. While Charleston, with a fully star-studded O-line, gave up 2. That's let you know the heart of the Jacksonville Kings.
Absolutely. And here's Lakeman. End zone touchdown catch is Ricky Spider. What an answer for this Charleston offense.
Well, Spider decides to get his first touchdown of his career, as a second one. I'm going to look it up now as we see the replay. My word. He was left wide open, but for some reason thought he had help, and Spider climbed the ladder, make the catch, and that is indeed his first touchdown of his SFL career.
Spider hanging out in the end zone like it's the skyline in New York City. There's the extra point attempt, and this game has been back and forth, partner. 30-28 now. How many league changes do we have in this game? That is a stat line that I need. Let's give shout out to our guys in the stats truck who have T-Roy and I sounding as good as we are. Declan O'Ryan and Top Kiefer, along with Brennan Ryan, who is shadowing those guys here today. Thank you guys so much. But man, I would really. Oh, there's a fumble, and Jacksonville picks it up. That could have been dangerous. That would have gave Charleston so much momentum if they would have picked that up. That would have gave them a lot of confidence.
And this was Beasley had a great game up until that point, and then number 26 for Charleston decided to let them know that, hey, it ain't sweet up in here trying to run up the middle, return these kicks. Luckily for Jacksonville, they recovered that fumble. That's the second fumble Jacksonville had, and luckily they recovered both.
Yeah, they're going to start right at their 30-yard line. And Ellington goes in motion. McCarran in the backfield. Balmer is the fullback. Here is Bruin took a shot as he was throwing it. It was a lame duck pass, and Connor Weston was able to come up with the reception for 7 yards.
And that is a great play by Bruin. You know he's going to get destroyed. Bruin, nice dot to Weston. 7-yard gain that should have been a sack. I know that's eating Charleston's defense big time, giving up that play.
Here is Sanders. Little guy hit right at the line of scrimmage. Going to give him 1 yard.
Now, Demont, if I was Jacksonville for next week, because it's already too late, I would have Sanders be the guy running outside and allow number 33, Vakarian, to go up the middle more times than not, even though Vakarian got his touchdown run bouncing to the outside earlier in this game.
You're going to go strong eye jokers here. Here's Vakarian. Vakarian's nice form. He's breaking more tackles. Looking like Jalen Wells from last night for Houston, as Jalen was putting on big stiff arm moves on the defense of the Indianapolis Ramblers. Look at that stiff arm there. Break that tackle. And Geno McFly got a handful of got a face palm from Vakarian.
Vakarian just told the guy, "What did 5 fingers say to face?" Slap. He just slapped him down to the ground there. What a run.
I-form twins here.
Oh, buddy.
Here is Bruin. Bruin gets pressure, but Bruin keeps pressure to the 30. Passes down to the 23-yard line. It's Kingston Ellington with that big catch and run after it.
Bruin didn't care that he almost got sacked again. He threw another dot, and for some reason, number 22, Mark Martin, just went the wrong way. He guessed wrong and got paid. He paid for it. Another dot and another great game by O.J. Bruin.
17 of 21 for Bruin.
He had a fumble recovery earlier. That could be the play of the game right now.
At the 21-yard line, getting pressured by Charleston. Interference right across the middle of the field. I saw that DB interfered on the route. Can't touch the receiver after 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, buddy.
And Charleston know that they got busted earlier with a pass interference on the previous drive.
Yeah, that was kind of iffy.
Unless
maybe he bumped into him before he went on the slant.
Yeah, that could be it. But, man, if I'm a team wearing the black and white and red of Charleston, I'll be a little bit frustrated with the ref today.
Yeah, Khalil Thomas was itching to come away with another interception. Jack Brown on a nice blitz. Almost get to Bruin. That pass is deflected away, intended for Kingston Ellington. Looked like he was on a little short drag route there. That was a nice shot in the stadium.
If you are a fan of indoor football or arena football, you kind of loving what you're seeing here. A lot of lead changes, offenses, you're scoring points, defenses making plays every now and then. This is an arena football type game.
Nice. There's a toss there to Sanders. Sanders gets a little bit above the line of scrimmage. Probably picks up 2-3 yards there.
Jacksonville tried to bounce Sanders outside. Didn't work in their favor this go around. Got 74 yards rushing, 45 yards after contact. Those are important yards here. We'll see if Charleston can force Jacksonville to kick a field goal here.
In motion is David Jeers. Jeers has a touchdown on the day. Bruin gets punched. Bruin goes down at the 10-yard line. 4th and goal. And the Jacksonville Kings are going to settle for 3 points, a field goal attempt. J.W. Harshorn on the blitz coming from that slot cornerback position. Oh, my goodness, he came in hunting.
And that was basically a cornerback blitz where nobody had it. They blitz more than the Kings can block, and Harshorn gets his first sack of his career.
The field goal attempt is good. Jordan Bradshaw, his first field goal attempt of the night, outside of the extra point attempt, is good.
And even though Jacksonville has the lead now, that was a victory for the Predators defense, only giving up 3 points. A great play by Harshorn, getting that first sack of the game and his first sack of the career. Let's see if Charleston can capitalize off of that.
3 minutes left here in the ball game. Can Jacksonville stop Charleston on this drive? Impact Monday tomorrow night. Join the Monday night crew. Cameron Irvine, Mike O'Neill, and Paul Sarp on a journey through the weekend that was in the SFL at 7 p.m., followed by Vancouver's home opener at the Delta Dome against the Las Vegas Fury. Both teams fresh off bye. It's all happening right here on SFL YouTube. Here is Hoagland. Hoagland tackled right at the line of scrimmage and goes nowhere as Dalton comes up with that tackle.
Good job by Forrest Dalton, and it's going to be very important for the Jacksonville Kings. I called them by their original name, the Pride. But the Kings defense showing more heart than they need, that they have been up until this point. They have to stop them here.
Here's Syringe Storm. Storm gets the handoff, picks up 5.
Now, Charleston, they need to have a time-consuming drive. Can this be the last drive of the game? They have the ability to melt the clock, march down the field, and kick the game-winning field goal. Would that be the scenario we have here? We'll find out.
Here is Lakeman on a rollout to his left, goes down the middle of the field and passes incomplete. 4th and 5, and Charleston has to punt. Intended for Benjamin Warner, who has been big all game long, but comes up short.
And another guy who's been big all day long was Clay, number 24, with another pass disruption. And Charleston's going to go for it. This deep in their own territory. Wow.
Wow, fooled me on that one. I thought they were going to be postponed, but you're right. They are down by 1. Here is Lakeman. Got on reception. Storm, the former wide receiver, from the 25 to the 39-yard line. And that is going to be a gain of 14 on that reception.
And I'm kind of surprised. Oh, we hit it 2 more. I'll continue that thought a little bit. So you have reached the 2-minute warning here on the SFL on YouTube, but I'm kind of surprised that Jacksonville forgot that Storm was a receiver in his past life, because Jacksonville had to play Florida a lot during Storm's time there. He burnt them on that nice route.
Here's Lakeman on the rollout to the left. Got Benjamin right down the middle. Picks up the first down to the 45-yard line of Jacksonville. 16-yard gain.
And this rollout has been working well for basically every team in the SFL, especially these 2 teams. Lakeman, with that rollout, gave his receiver enough time to get to where Lakeman needed him to be, and he threw that dot to Warner.
My apologies. That's 18 yards pickup down to the 43, not the 45. Here is a draw play to Sorensen. Sorensen fumbled it and is picked up by Jacksonville.
Oh, that's going to be killing Storm right there. He did not protect the ball. Here's the inside draw. Has been working out for Storm all day up until that point, because number 29, Alex Bond, comes up with a clutch fumble. Jacksonville picks it up, and here we go. Jacksonville has a chance to end this game.
Yeah, they sure do. But here's a kicker. Austin has all 3 timeouts remaining. So do you throw a pass in here or so, pick up a few first downs, or you just try to run it? Because if you try to, running it is only going to stop the clock, because Charleston has 3 timeouts. Here is Sanders. Sanders bounces off the nice street. The 51-man to beat. He's on his way to the house, and he's going to cross Hollywood Boulevard. And that's probably going to be the game. This game is bananas.
Wow, what a run. Sean Sanders just told the entire Charleston Predators defense. He just said, "Get some," as he took it to the house. That stutter step for Matt Ryan, a missed tackle there. And then, I'm sorry, Robertson, you're a great player, but we ain't going to catch up Sean Sanders. That was another Barry Sanders type run, a run to the outside like I requested earlier. If we could have an 8-point lead coming up for Jacksonville, Charleston is now in big trouble.
74-yard touchdown run for Sean Sanders. 152 yards on the ground through for that young man. What a performance. Jacksonville goes up by 8. Still a minute and 20 seconds left in this ball game. Charleston can march down the field, score a touchdown, and go for a 2-point conversion to send this thing into overtime. I don't think I have that much time left, as my wife is dinging me to come get the kiddo. So she can cook dinner. Sorry about that. I may hear something from the commissioner. No one wants to hear about your wife calling you for dinner.
I know nothing about that wife. I mean, I know nothing about that. No comment.
Charleston at their own 20. Oh, buddy. Here's Lakeman, 3-step drop, throws an out route, incomplete. Wow, what a shot by Vaught. Was that Vaught or Bond?
That was actually, I think that was Nerd, number 28, Nathan Nerd, who came up with that pass deflection. DJ. That's something you cannot tell the wife. You get yourself in trouble. Quick pass and Harry like if you ever say that.
Did you see
at the wrong time?
Do you see the looping light at the top of this stadium? Like, that is beautiful. Here's Lakeman once again. Oh, that pass is almost intercepted by Near.
And now, Demont, all of a sudden, Lakeman, who's been clutch for most of this game, has gotten to a cold streak. We'll see if he can snap out of it. He converted that fourth down earlier.
Nathan
but
Mary on the deflection.
We'll see if he can do that right here.
3-2 dime defense. And coverage deflected away by Vaught. This defense is coming alive. 4th and 10. What is Charleston going? Well, I can't say what they're going to do because I know they're going to go for it. They have to go for it.
They have to at this point, yeah. Don't have to. And there's the guy who helped convert the third down. No, actually, somebody else helped convert a fourth down prior. Now I was talking about Soren Storm. We'll see if he's going to play a factor on this play.
Here's a stat line for you. 3 incompletions in a row. Intercepted by Nathan Near. Near's out there at the 20-yard line. That's going to be the ball game. With it, Charleston still has all 3 timeouts.
Man, but Nathan Lear was like, get some. Catch me stealing. He already has 5 interceptions. Count that 6 right here. That was a poorly thrown ball for the second time in 2 drives. I was complimenting on Lakeman earlier. He's been throwing perfect passes, but these past 2 drives, 2 bad passes resulted in 2 INTs.
Wait, they're saying GG's in the chat. I wouldn't do that just as of yet because, well,
look where they're at. They're at least in field goal range now.
Jacksonville is in field goal range. So even if Charleston stops them here from scoring a touchdown, as they are going to call timeouts after each play, Jacksonville is going to kick a field goal, and that's basically going to finish this ball game here in Jacksonville.
Unless Charleston has some Music City Miracle magic in them. Oh, not Music City Miracle. What's that?
Miracle in the Meadowlands?
In the Meadowlands, thank you. Unless they have that type of magic in them right now, it's not looking good for them.
Here is Sanders once again, following behind the fullback Balmer. And Sanders almost picks up the first down. That's going to be Charleston's second timeout, 1 remaining in the back pocket.
Some people in the chat immediately apologize after you say, hold up, wait a minute. But we don't know yet. You don't have to apologize until it actually happens right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what can happen because I don't want to be the one to say, oh, he cursed us. But it could happen. Here is O.J. Bruin underneath the center. Talon Steele down to the bottom. They're going to do a toss to Sanders. Sanders is not going to pick up the first down. Was that Jack Brown on the tackle?
That was Jack Brown with the tackle for loss.
The Jack Yalaner strikes once again, as he has had a phenomenal career. Be on the lookout for Hall of Fame talks.
Yeah, I'll be real with you.
Jack Brown in the years to come. 13 seasons in the SFL, 9 here with Charleston. There's the the field goal attempt. It's good by Jordan Bradshaw. 2 for 2 on the day.
But Damon, question for you. I think Jack Brown was a part of that Mexico City championship run, right? So he already has a title. He is entering this week's action 4th all-time in tackles. He's been in the league for 13 seasons. Mm-hmm. He was on the original SFL podcast back when I first joined.
Oh, man, I remember.
And he's a great commentator. I'm kind of surprised he's not in the Hall of Fame by now.
How many interceptions do we have, and how many interceptions he have for touchdowns?
Jack Brown, 8 interceptions, 1 career touchdown.
1 career touchdown? Okay, I thought he had maybe about 3 or 4 of them.
I mean, you got over 1,300 tackles. You heard that right, folks. 1,300 tackles. Wow. He should be in the freaking Hall of Fame. As I see him also commenting in the chat. He should be in the Hall of Fame. I would be shocked if his name's not announced this time next year.
I think he'll be. I think he'll be on the ballot. Here is Lakeman. Got a man going in motion. Hannes Odobi.
Somebody in chat's hating on Jack Brown right now.
Oh, that passes. Oh, man, this is Nur. And Nathan Nur is playing phenomenal ball. Is he the inside slot corner or is he playing on the outside on the island? I think he's in the inside, right?
Wherever he is, he right now is acting like he's Revis Island. Exactly. You don't throw in that. Yeah, you don't throw in that slot direction.
And this man is covering the slot. I can't even think of a good slot corner right now. But here's Lakeman once again. That pass is deflected away. T-Roy, that is a total of 6 incompletions in a row by John Lakeman.
It's just weird. He had a great game up until this is now possession. 3 drives ago. Because that's when it started to crumble. He has to shake this off. This game is not over yet. Even though they're down by 11, they need 2 touchdowns. We'll see if he can get it here.
5-step drop here by Lakeman. Lakeman going deep. Got a reception. And that is to Ricky Spider. Why not throw it to the big man?
They got to hurry, though. No timeouts.
No timeouts to go. You're right. They're going to spike it. 2nd and 10.
And Lakeman finally gets a completed pass. That's the start. That's something big. We'll see if Charleston can add on to that. They need a touchdown technically on this play because of how much time they got left.
Here is Lakeman. That pass is caught by David Reed. But Alex Bond was right there to bring him down and to not allow him to get any yards after the catch. Bond playing up.
That's way too much time.
Yeah, they sure did.
That was almost, 13 seconds? 15, 13 to 15?
Shoes. My apologies.
No, you're okay. Those shoes do look nice.
Yeah, those red shoes are beautiful, especially the red and black ones that Davis Reed has on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Adobe, my apologies. Adobe has
on. I see it, number 11 yet.
Those are sweet.
And ball game.
Bond, the veteran DB, comes away with that INT to seal the game, and Jacksonville is going to go to 2-1 on the season after an upsetting loss last week to Motor City. They come back in a vengeance versus Charleston with a vengeance.
Jacksonville's like, hey, we didn't appreciate that controversial loss last week, so we're going to come back in the big way. O.J. Bruin has been on fire the entire game. That fumble recovery could have been the difference there, but his dots all day were definitely the difference. And Jacksonville improves to 2-1 while Charleston will fall to 1-1.
Let's talk about this Jacksonville offense. They had a pretty great game today, but that defense, although they gave up 30 points, you can't shy away from 3 turnovers that they forced in this game. 2 interceptions, forced fumble they picked up. The rushing attack from Sanders and Vakarian. This may be a team to keep your eye out for, but Charleston is no slouch as well. And let's not forget about that. This team came in here looking for a victory themselves, put up 30 points. It's just the defense just couldn't get any takeaways like the Kings did. They Charleston forced 1 interception, but that was basically it.
And Damon, this was the 8th matchup between these two teams, and this has been a one-sided matchup. As Jacksonville, gets their 7th win on only 1 loss against Charleston's. This is going back when the Predators were known as the Indianapolis Red Devils and the Kings were known as the Tallahassee Pride. And right now, the Kings play like they had a lot of pride on the line here, and they opened up a can of whoop butt in the second half. Defense came alive, and the offense just was on fire. If I had to vote for a player of the game, I have to give it to O.J. Bruin, in spite of the fact that the defense showed up. Bruin was on fire from start to finish.
Yeah, Bruin, 16 of 21, 76.2 completion percentage rating with a QBR of 119.3. I think I'm going to agree with you there, partner. But also, man, an outstanding day at the office for Sean Sanders as well. 150 yards on the day, only on 19 carries. You know what I'm saying? This defense showed up big. 2 sacks, 2 interceptions, and a forced fumble as well. Great job for the Jacksonville Kings. Hey, everybody. For T-Roy Games, I'm Damon Simeon, and you have been watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on the SFL YouTube network. I want to say see you when we see you. Peace. T-Roy, send the people home.
Take care, everybody, but stay tuned. There's more SFL action coming up tonight.